Hello, my name is Michael May, and today I'm giving a presentation on why you should drink additive-free tequilas. Many people have a favorite tequila, and many of those times it's a popular brand like Don Julio or Casamigos or Clase Azul. Unfortunately, those very popular high-end brands tend to have a lot of additives in them, specifically those three brands I just mentioned. And those people would be surprised to know that those tequilas don't actually taste how tequila should. And so today I'm going to dive in to the differences between additive including tequilas and additive free tequilas and why the additive free tequilas are far better. First, I'd like to discuss how tequila is traditionally made. Um, so tequila is made from the blue weaver agave plant, which takes 6 to 7 years to mature. And during harvesting, the producers take a knife called a koa and they cut the spines off of the plant, those long pointy things, and it just leaves the center of the plant or the core, what the producers call the pina. And once they've gotten all the pinas, they put them into a clay oven um, called hornos, and they bake them to help extract the sugars from the plant. After they've been baked, next comes extraction. Traditionally, this was done by crushing the piñas with a tahona or a large stone wheel. But today there are automated machines that shred the plants instead, and it's a much easier process, but not as traditional. Either way works great though. After that comes fermentation, which is the process of using the juice that is extracted from the piñas, called masoto, and adding yeast to it. And the yeast eats the sugars in the masoto and produces alcohol. And that is how tequila is made. But it's not in its purest form yet. So next comes distillation, which is a very complicated process, but all you need to know is that it purifies the tequila using heat um, and gives you a pure tequila or a purified tequila. After distillation comes aging. There are 4 levels to aging in tequila. The first is blanco, which is not aged at all or only for a few weeks. Um, Next comes reposado, which is aged anywhere from 2 months to a year. Añejo is next, which is aged from a year to 3 years. And then extra añejo is aged anywhere from 3 years and up. So, how do some tequila brand producers cut corners? And the main way they cut corners is with additives. Um, there's a high demand for tequila right now. So many producers are harvesting the agave plants before they have matured. Um, a agave plant that isn't mature isn't going to have as much flavor or sweetness. So these producers have to compensate for that with additives. Um, First of all, they add glycerin many times to make the tequila smoother. Instead of relying on traditional processes that already make tequila smoother, this is a lot easier. It makes the tequila thicker and it levels out that tequila, that alcohol bite. They also add sweetness because the unmature agaves aren't going to have as much sweetness. They add oak extract or vanillin, which has a vanilla or caramel like flavor, which mimics how tequila tastes after it's aged, but it's very fake tasting and it just does not taste authentic at all. And they also add caramel color to imitate aging as well, so that um, they do have to meet specific limits of aging, but to make them look like they're aged much longer, they add those colors. So this leads to differences in flavor, um, as you might have been able to tell already. Um, Additive tequilas They're going to have a very cloying flavor, very sweet, like almost sickeningly sweet. Might taste a little like cake batter, cotton candy, like a really strong caramel flavor. And it just does not taste like what authentic tequilas are supposed to taste like. An additive free tequila, it's going to have much more earthiness. Um, it's going to have notes of citrus, spices such as pepper and cinnamon, um, some minerality, some savoriness, and it's going to have some vegetalness from the agave plant, which is what an authentic tequila is supposed to taste like. It's supposed to taste like the plant that it comes from. These additive tequilas, they don't taste anything like that. So what are some examples of additive-free tequilas? Someone I would recommend you go check out is Louis Fernandez. He is a creator on Instagram, and he has many videos about tequila. He is an expert in tequila. He's been bartending for many years. I left the link for the video that I recommend you go watch. And in this video, he recommends four different brands. The first being Don Fulano, um, second being Hey Cuatro or G4, um, Cascanes, and Fortaleza. These are some premium additive free tequilas that taste phenomenal. And he dives into that in that video. So I didn't have time to add it in here. So go ahead and go watch that. So, in conclusion, I think you should drink additive free tequilas because it honors the tradition of tequila making, which has been happening for thousands of years. And it's truly an art to see these authentic tequila makers, um, to see them make tequila. And when tequila producers cut corners, it takes the authenticity out. It is disrespectful to the art of tequila making. And the most important thing, additive free tequilas are going to actually taste like tequila and you're going to have an authentic experience. And I think that's what's most important. So I would highly recommend drinking additive free tequilas and um, discarding those ones with additives and avoiding them. Thank you so much for listening.